What is the most stupid thing you have seen or done? Dude broke into a company vehicle at work, proceeded to have a 20-minute conversation with me, and me alone because everyone else was too scared, and locked me out there with him, and when the cops showed up he didn't even run, he just asked, "What the fuck are you doing here?" Apparently he was gonna try to cook meth in the vehicle, but was so fucked up he forgot what he was doing and thought he was an employee. A colleague of mine printed something out and asked me to hand it to them. As a joke I showed it to them upside down and told them that the printer must be broken or something because it was printing their documents upside down. They literally believed me and spent about 5 minutes in the printer settings trying to figure out why. I wish I was joking, but it did become a running joke in the office for a while. The President of the United States suggested with a straight face that you could inject bleach to cure COVID-19. I'm not even joking or saying that because I don't like him. It's genuinely the dumbest thing I've ever seen. My brother thought diesel was the nicer option since it was more expensive and filled our mom's brand new Toyota minivan with it the day he got his driver's permit. I was drunk in a bar and I was so confident that I can easily do a backflip even though I've never tried doing it once in my life. Ended up breaking my nose, lol. Every time I search for my phone using the flashlight on my phone. I sure hope that's relatable. A couple years ago on my birthday I was belligerently drunk and cussed out some cops for absolutely no reason at all. Got arrested after about an hour of them trying to calm down and woke up the next morning in jail. Oopsie. In same store different day. I watched a completely intoxicated dad be given his newborn son to hold while the mother shopped, and what do you know, dad dropped the baby on our concrete floor. He picked the baby up as if nothing happened. Baby was screaming at the top of his lungs. I immediately called 911. They arrived in seconds since the station was right down the street. Dad was arrested and mom tried to fight me for butting into her business. A cyclist got cut off by a car. The cyclist raced to the next light to catch up with the car. The cyclist got off his bike, pulled down his pants halfway, squatted on the ground, defecated and threw his feces at the offending car. I wouldn't have believed it if I hadn't seen it with my own eyes. Witnessed a motorcycle with no protection zipping between full lanes at 80+ miles per hour. Not counted, assorted COV idiots or drunk people challenging police to fight. Flat earther arguments, for the most part. There are some surprisingly complex theories on a flat earth, but a lot of them are people not being able to comprehend the absolute massiveness of the earth, in relation to themselves. Someone I know had this idea that if they got really fat and liposuctioned it away they'd have a really big ass and really big boobs. They went from being a twig to being huge with weird proportions. As a nation, we voted in the son of a dictator as president who proceeded to party in his first 100 days in office. Philippines, by the way. A friend of mine was choosing a new TV and had interest in a specific TV, so she asked me for help. I asked her to explain me how was said television, its specifications. She took a black screen in her phone, drawn TV, and sent it to me saying it's a bit like this. Was very drunk at a club in Scotland on Halloween. Some guy was dressed as Prince Harry dressed as a Nazi. I was too drunk to get it and got in an argument with the guy. After a few seconds I decided it would be a good idea to headbutt the guy despite never having headbutted anyone before. He was also a fair bit shorter than me. I ended up smashing my nose into his forehead and getting a bloody nose and probably a concussion. Oh God, where to start? I jumped off the 3rd story of a roof into what turned out to be a volleyball pool. Saw dudes who went before me and they were fine. I even said they probably shouldn't jump. They coached me on going in at an angle. Got a water enema so far up my ass because I basically sat down. Turns out they were professional cliff divers, I was not. I was in class in high school and these kids decided to vape there thinking no one would notice them vaping in class. Like literally yesterday. I got too drunk and was lying on the bar floor vomiting. So embarrassed. Married someone I didn't trust. Yes, I later filed for divorce. Best decision ever after the worst decision ever. Moving to Canada instead of taking up on a similar job offer in Texas. Salaries are half and house prices are quadruple here. Didn't put the hood prop on a car I was working on in the right place and had the hood fall on my hand. 1/10 I wouldn't recommend. I drank a glass of spoiled chocolate milk despite knowing that it had expired a few hours ago and it has a foul taste to it. I was playing in the bathtub and I thought I should put a little dinosaur tail up my wiener hole. It went up pretty far. A guy standing on the sidewalk in front of a Catholic church after mass saw a dog lifting its leg on a fire hydrant and said, "That dog's a Presbyterian asterisk." One time I did 6 or so shots of rum as fast as I could, almost threw up. Did 4 more after I was 14. Damn lucky I didn't fucking die. I work for a major retail company and you won't believe the amount of stupidity you see in a day. But probably the dumbest and most baffling to me is when adults choose to shoplift with their children with them. I don't know if they think they will just let me go or what. It's so mind-boggling to me. Seen it a few times now, the geniuses that smoke while filling up their tanks. Saw one that lit up their gas tank but someone rushed in with an extinguisher. 4th grade, end of the year. I have really bad and unhinged anger issues, making me the weird kid. A guy took my friend's shoe and you have no idea how pissed I was. I started to chasing him. As I'm chasing him I think, wouldn't it be fun to throw something at him? So I pick up a broken piece of concrete and just chuck it at him. He immediately starts crying. That's when my career as the anger kid came from. There was a video that I wish I could unsee of someone in a bathroom projectile sharting on a wall, and then being really fucking surprised when there was projectile shart all over the wall. I bumped into a cubicle wall at work and automatically apologized to it. I have not yet lived it down. I once asked a lady working at a perfume shop if she spoke Italian, because my Airbnb host called and only spoke Italian. Guess where I was? In the Malpensa airport in Italy. I can't live that one down. 5G protests. 5G uses the same principles as older cell towers, just a different frequency that can handle more bandwidth. Got on a bus and instead of paying with the bus card I was trying to pay with my credit card. A co-worker was left in charge of vacuuming the store's carpet one night, but the vacuum needed to be emptied. And to get what wouldn't be dumped out, he stuck his ass hand down into the bag, elbow deep, to get the excess. It looked like he fisted a dust bunny. When I was in 3rd grade, I saw the stupidest thing a child could do. I was with 2 of my classmates, until a child gave us the middle finger thinking it was a cool sign. When I was in the army, people would take apart rounds and burn the gunpowder. I did it too, everyone does it. Well, one day I walked into one of my soldiers' room and he was trying to take about a 40mm HEDP, high explosive dual purpose, grenade. I never yelled at people, but that guy got an ass chewing from me that day. Ran head first into a brick wall pretending to be a Ninja Turtle. I was not a bright kid by the sounds of it and I have no idea how this would prove I was in fact a Ninja Turtle.